Okay, hello sir. My name is Heng, DMT2309023. So my game, this one is my game. Yep, this one is the level one, and my game name is Ball Adventure, and my game is about futuristic. So as you can see, these buildings, decorations, all the details, looks very advanced, and yeah. So this one is the starting point of the player. So uh, this one capsule thing is the checkpoint. So this one is the default checkpoint. So the player will go from the starting from this point and going all the way up here. And this one is the first part of the first level. So the player on this part, the player have to jump across this platform to collect the coins. And this one, uh, some of those platform will fanning up and down to interrupt the player from collecting the coins. So increase as well as increase the game difficulty. Yeah, so as you can see, the platform will panning up and down. Right. So okay, over here, this is the second checkpoint to avoid player wasted too many times. Yep. So this one is the second part. This platform will spinning in a round to also disrupt the player from collecting the coins. And also this hammer kind of things uh, will rotate will rotate. So if the player have to dodge the hammer from touching the player. So it looks like this lah. So if the player touch the hammer, the player will be getting pushed and fall out from the map. So the player have to dodge, have to avoid it lah. So about why this hammer can can push the player away. I'll explain it later on the script. So okay, this one is the third part. Also the same have a checkpoint. Then hammer uh, as a trap. So player also have to collect all the coins and also have those platform that can move. Yeah, something like this. Disrupt the player from collecting the coins. So the player will from this platform and go up here and avoid these two hammers. So this one is an Easter egg from my game. This one is my friend face. He asked me to put his face inside my game. So yeah, and after that, after the player collected all the coins, uh, he will finally arrive at the next level trigger, which is this one, this door. Have a plane that if the player collide with it, the level 2 will be triggered. So let's see, let's move on to my level 2. Okay, so level 2, I changed the sky color to look like got those raining effect lah. So the player will start at here, and this one is the default checkpoint. Okay, so firstly the player will rolling down from this slide, and on this slide I actually added some script that able to allow the player to accelerate while rolling down the slide. So the player have to jump on this platform and collect the points. So over here the player have to double space to avoid rolling down and touch the game over cube. So this one is also one of the trap, which means the player have to parkour or something like that lah. These platform are very uneven surface, so the player have to maintain balance to prevent the ball from like sliding down, fall off to the game over cube. So okay, so over here this platform also can move left and right, and player will go over here. Okay, so wait let's play the game first. This spot is one of the tricky parts. The ball will roll down from the sides, and if the player collide with it, the player will getting pushed. something like this. The player collide with it, the player will getting pushed and fall down from the map. So the player have to start from the checkpoint again. So if the player want to avoid it, very easy actually. Just go on the sides, just run out on the sides, and the ball skin is my plan space also. Yeah. Okay, so about how the ball have those like physics control, I'll explain it later. Okay. So the last part is this the photo. So if the player have to jump on it and follow this moto. Yeah, collect all the coins and finally. Alright, so let's start with the script part. So okay, so this is my ball script, and all of this is the variable and components, including the rigid body, which is a physics control, the ball speed, and I personally added a sprint multiplier, which allowed my ball to sprinting, and this one ball jump to allow the ball to jump. Okay, so the audio clip enable when the ball collide with the coin checkpoint and also maybe jumping, the character will output a sound effect lah. So just now I have mentioned that my on in the level two have a slide that enable the player to accelerate. So these two private boo on slide and also the public float boost force, it's about the slide one lah, which allowed the player to accelerate. And this level two hint text is after on the I mean in the level one, if the player collected all the coins, will have a canva text pop up and hinting the player to move on to the next level. So for my void start, the cursor will lock and request get components from rigibody and also audio source. Then enable jumping. So yep. Also for the scene manager, will how to say save the scene and record the scene lah. So this one void update. All of this is about. This one is camera and uh, beside this, all of these are the control key. As you can see, the left shift to enable sprinting. Okay, so this one on slide. This one enable the ball to to accelerate because the RV will add force towards the slide directions of the ball and boosted the ball character and accelerate lah. So this one is the jumping one, the double jump. Okay, so this one is the collision enter, ground platform slides. All of these enable the ball to, I mean, prevent the ball from those error. So must transform the ball parents to the platform. Okay, so collision exit. After the player detach from the platform, we have to change back the parents. So this one on trigger. So if the player trigger the coin, will have sound effect and the coin will be destroyed, and the HUD manager will record and increase the score, something like this. So this one next level is the last part lah. Okay, something like this. That's all. So this one is enable the coin from rotating. So every time the coin will be rotate 45 degrees, something like this, and per seconds. Yeah. So so this one is it's the intro text fade. So enable the text from fading out. This one is the fade durations and the display time. This one is the at the beginning of the game will have a hint text to announce player that please collect all the coins. Alright, so this the feature. This line is to ensure there's only one game manager throughout the game. And so for this one, don't destroy on load. Keep the game manager alive across all the scenes. So this one is the scene loading functions. As you can see, for example, like this one will load the level 2 scenes. Okay, so the checkpoint. This one will, if the player have collide with the checkpoint, but accidentally fall from the map and touch the game over cubes, the player will transform the script will transform the player back to the checkpoint positions. Okay, so this one hammer push. Just now I have mentioned in the level one. This one is to uh, enable the player enable the hammer to push the player away. Have those rigid body components. Yeah, push directions, add force. Okay, so for the HUD manager, this one is to record the coin value, which is the score for the player. So and the score label to show in the UI and refresh the score after each level, and also increase the score because the counter will plus plus after the player uh, trigger the coin. Yep. Okay, so this ball push. Remember just now the ball that have my friend face. So this one is the script of it. So to be able the ball to keep looping back to its initial positions, I have write the script that if the ball collide with the game over cube, it will transform back its positions to its initial positions lah. So this one is the code, and if the ball collide with the player, and will produce a impulse and a push force. Yeah, so this one is the reset ball. If if touch the game over cube, yeah, reset the ball. Okay, this one is the game ending trigger. If the player fulfill the requirement, which is collect all the coins on level 2 and have the compare tag player, so the async will load lah. Okay, so thank you teacher.